podcast button.
Press that MF podcast button. We did it. We're live. We're rolling through it. And I don't know. We're just like, I don't know. We're having fun.
Look, we're just rolling with it.
We're rolling with it. We're playing Bubblegum Shoe again. We started this game last week, and in general, everyone had a good time.
It was a blast.
And
that said, half the people who did have a good time are apparently not here right now.
We're not going to talk about that. Okay, moving on.
We're just rolling with it.
We're rolling with it. We're rolling through it. We're rolling. We're rolling. Yes. So where we left off, the teens were at Gabriel's house, and Franz was actually not quite at Gabriel's house. He was just 2 houses down with Bess, the old lady bird watcher. But Nick and Freddie and some of the others were in the house, kind of poking around, snooping. But a car pulled up right at the end of last session outside of Gabriel's house. To recap a little bit more, I kind of want to just go over all of the clues that you've amassed so far. So things have been a little weird lately. There have been a series of odd crimes in your area, and the most recent one affects you directly. It's the disappearance of your friend Gabriel. Gabriel was someone that all of you knew to some extent. It's actually like one of the things that kind of binds you together as a group a little bit, was that you knew him. You also know each other, though. His disappearance was something that you all felt like you just couldn't just leave sitting there. Something about it didn't feel right. You had to look into it. So that's what you've been up to. So started with Gabriel was acting a little funny at school on Friday, took off from track practice early. On Saturday, he threw a rager party. Gabriel's parents are out of the country and have been for several months. So Gabriel's just been basically running the house, and just doing whatever he wants. Whatever he wants seems to have included some mysterious things that you still don't really understand, but that you've seen some hints of. But before we even get there, so he throws a rager party. At that party, Cassandra Stickler and he make out or something towards the end of the party. And she may have been the last person to have a meaningful interaction with him before he went missing. Although that's still to be determined, to some extent, but that's as far as best as you know. Also, you went to hang out with some of Gabriel's FFA friends, particularly Rebecca Mickey.
Rebecca Milkers.
Who Franz has a complicated,
one would call it fraught,
harassing relationship with. Rebecca Milky gave you some clues, including the Cassandra Stickler information.
It's Rebecca Mickey.
Yeah, I know. I was also doing the bit this time. Damn it!
It's my bit. Mom says it's my turn on the commie bit.
It's my turn on the bit. Pass me the bit. So then you went to Gabriel's house to check that out. Gabriel's car was out front. There had been signs that, other cars may have been there. Y'all kind of poked around the back and then went inside. Franz took the fall for the team by going to hang out with the old lady neighbor. Also getting a little bit of information out of her, although not necessarily tons. But a little bit of gossip about the uncle, Gabriel's uncle, who's supposed to be watching him while the parents are gone. Apparently, he's barely been around the whole time the parents have been gone. In Gabriel's car, you found a road atlas with some interesting markings on it. You also found a corresponding day planner in the house, hinting at some kind of road trip that Gabriel took 2 weeks ago that he didn't tell anybody about, as far as you know. And also the state of the house was that it had never been picked up from the party, and also someone had been through there taking out specific things. And that was kind of where things were at as the car pulled up out front of Gabriel's house with Franz sitting enjoying a nice lemonade with Bess, talking about birds and gossip, and Nick and Freddie still in the house as, you know, most of the teens kind of start to scatter, and everybody who's not here, who was here last week, just fucking takes off because the fuzz might be here and they're out.
Oh,
I
shit,
guess... man. There's someone outside.
Yeah, I mean, what do we do? We hide? Where do we go? What do we do? You're in command here.
Hey, look, there's a conveniently placed large wardrobe we can step into and hide in, or maybe a closet with those kind of like slat doors that you can sort of kind of see through.
Yeah,
maybe
you might recall, actually, this is good because this is one more clue I forgot to mention. There was an unusually nice suit in Gabriel's parents' room, like in their bathroom, like attached to the master bedroom.
Oh, right.
And it was clear that although Gabriel's mom is a fashionista, Gabriel's dad is very much not. So this unusually nice suit being hung up in the bathroom seemed a bit odd, especially since it seemed like it may have been worn recently. I don't know. But anyway, with that in mind, Gabriel's mom, as I previously mentioned, is a huge fashionista and has a massive walk-in closet full of shit.
All right, we're gonna go hide in her dresses.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That seems like the move right now, man.
You know, dresses, skirts, light jackets.
Maybe there's some unmentionables, some bras or something.
Oh, for the love of God.
Yeah, Freddie, you find a bra and you're like, huh?
Freddie, put it down.
I'm wearing it as a hat.
No, that's not a hat, Freddie. Please put that down.
So
I think this is an amusing comedy bit to wear it as a hat because I'm 17.
So Nick and Freddie,
that's fair.
You jump into the walk-in closet, and it's like there's like shoe racks, there's like dresses and bags, there's all kinds of shit in here. So you figure, like, you know, someone have to look pretty hard to find you, hopefully. Franz, you're out front of Bess's. You see this car pull up.
What kind of car?
It's like a 19. Hold on, I gotta make sure this car existed.
I think it would be more powerful if it didn't exist.
You know, I really gotta fucking brush up on my 80s cars a little more.
You should probably just set up an 80s car mood board.
This is perfect. No, yeah, this is a brand new 1990 Ford Explorer.
Whoa. Oh, wait, I gotta do the voice. Sorry. So, Bess, you think that can't be the uncle, right?
She says, "Oh yeah, that's his car."
I was under the impression he was some kind of a layabout loser. But
well, you know, I don't really know how that family got their money, but it doesn't seem like any of them work that hard, if you ask me.
Perhaps there's some kind of crime magnate moving the cocaine and marijuana up through the border.
Bess seems like a little turned off by this line of questioning. She's like, I don't know anything about crime or drugs. I hope that's not in our communities. And this seems like
please, Bess. As leading members of the Audubon Society leadership, we must be aware of not only birds, but those who would seek to harm them. But if they were poachers?
Bess This seems like on the fence about this line of thinking.
See, in the native Germany, all of our greatest herons were taken by poachers and cooked into hand pies. Don't let that happen in the great America.
What does that have to do with drugs?
It's crime. Crime never sleeps. Sorry, crime never sleeps best. Anyways, I'm gonna go talk to this guy.
Gotta go talk to this guy.
Yeah. So,
Enjoy the large, soft-baked pretzel. Please, have your lemonade.
are you gonna try to intercept him before he can get in the house?
Fuck yeah, I am.
Oh my god.
I have a grown-up face.
It's been 5 minutes.
No, you don't. So
I do. It says it right there on my character sheet.
oh shit.
You don't have that. It's on
Hold
the
on,
character
I'm
sheet.
adding something to my character sheet.
I literally have a rating of 2 in grown-up face.
A gun.
I am.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. Okay.
This is already off the rails.
All right. So Franz, you walk up. So Gabriel's uncle is getting out of the.
What was his last name?
Gabriel's last name?
Sure.
I don't know. Tell me.
Gabriel
Schmockish
Labriag. Just Gabriel backwards.
Gabriel Labriag. All right. Fucking weirdo.
Actually, it would be Labrog.
Brag. I don't know.
Lairbag.
Lairbag?
Lairbag. Gabriel
Rockfort?
Lairbag.
All right.
Lairbag.
It's like
Yeah,
an airbag, but it only intercepts you if you're about to go
It's a
into
French
cave.
name. It's a French name. All right. So Gabriel Lairbag. So his uncle, Mr. Lairbag, you don't know his first name. You've never met this guy. Is getting out of the Ford Explorer. He looks like, I mean, I wouldn't say that he looks nonchalant. Like he looks like, slightly stressed, but he also doesn't look like extremely like strung out or anything like that, or he's not like sweating.
He's looking chalant.
He's just looking like, he's got stuff to do here, basically.
Ah, Mr. Lairbag, I presume.
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah, I was just wondering, have you been talking with Gabriel recently? I know the house
You've
might
seen the
not
news
be...
he's missing. You know something, kid?
I was hoping you knew something.
Get out of
After
here.
all, you're a guardian.
He starts walking towards the gate. He doesn't seem interested in your shit.
Pussy.
He turns around. You got a fucking problem, kid?
Yeah, I got a problem with you. What the fuck do you know about Gabriel? He's my homie.
What do you know about Gabriel?
What do you know about Gabriel?
We're all hearing
What's
this,
your
right?
name? I'm about to call the police.
Yeah, we're just looking at each other in the closet like,
I have diplomatic immunity.
Yeah,
What
Nick
the fuck do you think you're going to do about that?
Nick and Freddie, you start to hear this loud argument in the driveway.
What is happening?
You don't
guys
have to
gonna
say
just
anything
run
about
out?
it, but if you want to jump in at any time, I just want you to know you can hear this. Okay, so
that German exchange student, man, he is a fucking
Hardcore?
predator.
So Gabriel's uncle, kind of like, I mean, he looks like he could kick your ass, to be honest. So he kind of like squares up a little bit, like he might hit you for a second, and then he's like, "I'm calling the cops. Get out of here!" And he starts walking back towards the house.
Are you guys running or what?
I guess we just heard that and we did.
We're gonna we're gonna get out of there. We're gonna. Well, actually, I kind of want to see what he does. What's he doing? Why is he coming back here?
Okay,
Does he
you wait.
I mean, I was considering rolling intimidation, but I don't want to get my ass beaten by like a guy in a '90s Ford Escape.
How much throwdown do you have, Freddie?
Ford
We can
Explorer.
jump from the roof
Ford
here.
Explorer, sorry.
I have 8 throwdown, and I'm 17 years old.
I got 5, and I'm 17 as well. So
Yeah, but you have fighting. Throwdown is to yell at somebody.
Our
Oh.
character sheets do not have fighting on
they
them.
don't have fighting on them. They have throwdown. Yeah,
They just have throwdown.
I thought there
Throwdown
was
can be
fighting.
many forms.
There was a
I thought
fighting
throwdown
as
was
well.
fighting.
Yeah, there's fighting in like I assumed like fighting and throwdown got or like social fighting and also regular fighting got combined or something. Because if like
The
but
rules
the, like,
mentioned
it
If
does.
you want to be that guy, yeah. But the character sheet does not. We might have to fix that at some point.
Yeah. In that case, I am taking all my points out of throwdown and I'm writing fighting right
Yeah.
underneath that, and I'm putting 8 points in fighting.
I got 5 points in fighting.
Yeah, I don't care about social
literally-
combat.
In the boxing club. Like, if I don't have any fighting, I might be screwed.
Anyways,
I like how this game is sort of intended to like. See, the fighting is a skill in the game. This is fucked up. I just found it in the rules.
What?
It's not
I
on
like
the
how
character.
we're gaining viewers as we struggle with the rules. What is up with that?
I don't understand. What's happening?
People are just in the chat.
the point is that
yeah.
this character sheet is
Yeah.
absolute bullcrap, apparently.
This is the character sheet from the source book.
Yeah.
I put it from
This
the
is-
source
Yeah,
book.
didn't we also have to correct one of the categories?
Yes.
We've had to
Yeah.
fix something else on the character sheet. Yes. All right. So fighting is supposed to be a general ability.
Yeah, it's now under general. Okay.
So if any of you want to move points from something else to fighting, that's fine.
I
Yep.
don't care about throwdown.
I don't. Yeah, I'm with Freddie on this
the,
one.
The Youth Auto Reclamation Society, they have to fight a lot of homeless people because it's based out of the junkyard. And as
I
we know,
mean,
the
you know.
junkyard in town is a lawless wasteland.
Anyways,
Listen, I don't care what the rule book says. The rule book says you're supposed to, do more social fighting than fighting. Who
That's-
fucking cares? Y'all can be the type of teenagers.
I don't
to
care what the
solve
rules
mysteries.
Be rebellious.
We're the
Anyways,
rough and tumble bunch.
Before Mr. Learbag gets in the house, can I
Yeah.
roll BS detector to see if he actually was hiding that he knew shit about Gabriel?
Yeah,
I love
totally.
Franz. Franz is my favorite character.
That's an interpersonal skill, so you don't roll
Yeah.
for those.
Okay.
Do
Well, I have.
you want to spend out of the pool to make it more effective?
Yeah. I don't know what the frick is going on.
All right, so this is a skill that basically you can just use BS detector. Okay, you don't need to roll
I
for
use
it.
it.
And if you spend more points out of the pool, you'll get a more effective result.
I use
Like,
my
okay.
entire BS pool.
How many points is that?
1.
Cool. Okay, so
That's a lot of
so
points.
you're pretty sure that he's lying about something, but you don't necessarily think it's about Gabriel. Like you think he was being serious when he was like, "Do you know something?" Like that sounded like that didn't sound like him trying to throw you off. That sounded like
No. What does
he
know?
wanted to know. It was an inquiry. So you think that he's like maybe about as in the dark as you, but he also at the same time he knows something that he's not letting on to. Like he was hiding things for sure. He was way too defensive and aggressive. I mean, obviously, anyone is going to be defensive if you assault them fresh off the street like that. But like he was still like he was really aggressive with you, and like you really get the sense that there's
I did call him a pussy.
He seems angry. Why are you so? You should ask him why he's angry.
You should ask him why.
Why do you have to be mad?
Why you mad, bro?
It's only
right,
missing
so,
persons case.
Yeah, basically interpersonal skills work mostly like investigative with some slight exceptions, which we're not even going to get into this session probably at all. So just keep that in mind. So Nick and Freddie. So you heard the argument in the driveway. The argument ends. You hear the gate and then the door of the house, and someone is walking around the house, you know, heavy footsteps of who you presume is Mr. Lairbag.
I mean, he doesn't have any reason to come into Gabe's mom's closet, right? Like,
Right.
it's not.
right,
She's
yeah.
not missing. We should be fine.
We're fine here. We're just gonna hang
We're
out here.
fine. We're gonna hang out here. We're
And
gonna
if he
wait.
comes here,
we're gonna
we're gonna
s-
kick
we're
his
gonna,
ass.
We're gonna listen to what he does.
So he like walks around a little bit downstairs, and you can tell he's up to something, but you don't really know what. Like you just hear some like vague sounds. Somebody's doing something. Maybe he's rummaging in drawers. You're not sure. And then he comes up the stairs, and he comes into the parents' bedroom. They have a phone in there. He picks that up, and he places a call. And he says, "I didn't find it. Someone on the other end of the line sounds frustrated." He's like, I know. I'm there right now. I've looked 3 times. I don't think it's a big deal. Can we just move on? And then he's like, all right, I'm going to look one more time. And like, he's like, okay, under the bed, in the suitcase. He makes some notes. Like they're like giving him some like places to look, He's like making little notes of it. All right. I'll look there. And then he hangs up the phone. He did the last place that he wrote down on the list was in the walk-in closet. There's a hat box. It's towards the front of you. You could tell when he was describing it and like writing it down. It's the one towards the front of the closet, so you might be safe. Anyway, he leaves the room.
Wait, did we hear him describe it?
Yeah, so
Did-
like
he
like,
was like
he's
repeating
making a list,
everything?
and he's like, all right, I'm gonna look here. This person on the other end of the phone, you don't know who they are exactly. Giving them, like basically like some kind of instructions of places to look, right? And he's making a little list for himself. And the last place, he's like, and the hat, the bright green hat box in the walk-in closet. All right, yeah, and he writes that down too. And he's got like 8 places on this list, and then he like gets up and leaves the room.
Okay.
And you're both looking from your hiding spots, and the bright green hat box is close to the front of the closet, and y'all are close to the back. You're like,
Okay, well, Freddy like crawls over or whatever and like opens up the box.
Yeah, and I
What's
grab
in the
another
box?
box.
What's in the box?
a hat.
It's a hat.
Just
Yeah,
a hat.
A hat.
Is there anything under the hat?
No. I guess this is, he got a whole list of locations. This isn't the good one.
All right, Freddy takes the hat and puts it on.
All right, it's like a
That looks good.
fancy lady's hat.
All right.
Never mind, it
It's
doesn't
like
look good.
feathers and shit, like.
We put the box back and go back to our hiding spot.
Okay.
So it was like a lady's pillbox hat in a box. Okay.
I don't know, man. This hat might be it. This might be why Gabe's missing, man.
What?
The case
It could
wide
be like
open.
it's
What are you saying?
It's a hat smuggling ring.
Who's gonna smuggle a hat?
I don't know, man. I don't know hats.
So,
What?
does one of you want to roll sneaking
I will roll sneaking
to
and
hide the two of you effectively? Like,
yeah. So hold on,
let's have Freddy lead this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to wait. Can I can burn like as much of the pool as I want, right?
Correct, for a bonus. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to. Do I have to declare that before I roll or after I roll?
Before you roll.
Okay, I'm gonna
Right then.
burn. Let's say burn 3 because this seems important.
Okay.
Because I have a rating of 4.
I've got 10 in sneaking, by the way.
It's fine. We should be fine.
Yeah, it's good for you to take turns.
That's fair. That's fair.
Burn
It's
your,
probably
burn
fine.
your
It's probably
pools
fine.
at different times.
Okay, I got a 5 plus 3. That's 8. I don't know what that means.
Okay,
in the
yeah,
system.
great. So,
Nice.
so Freddy kind of like shoves you further back into the corner, Nick, and like, you know, makes you the best hiding spot that he can. And
I'm the bottom half of a
Here,
trench
wear
coat.
this dress.
Gabriel's uncle comes in back into the bedroom, but he actually never comes into the closet. When he comes back into the bedroom, his coat, like he's wearing like a light jacket, and it's like it's bulging more now, like there's something in an interior pocket, like something largish. He picks up the phone, dials some number again, and he's like, "Yeah, I got it. Is there anything else?" "Okay, I don't want to come over here again. The fucking cops are treating this like a crime scene. All right, we gotta." And he's like, there's like a little bit of like grumbling. It's like not really like harsh, but there's like a little bit of grumbling back and forth with whoever he's talking about. And he's like, yeah, all right. He hangs up and takes off. Starts to take off anyway. I don't know. If you wanna,
Should we jump in?
Should I?
No.
Should you
If
crawl
one
in
of
the back of
tires
his
You
on
car?
might-
flat?
It's entirely possible he has a gun.
We could crawl in the back of his car.
Can we get down?
So
to his
Franz,
car
what did you do while Gabriel went, or sorry, Mr. Lairbag, not Gabriel. Mr. Lairbag went inside.
So while, I mean, I presume that Bess went back inside after this confrontation because she doesn't want none of this.
Yeah, as indicated, she's not into fucking crimey shit.
Oh.
And as soon as you hinted there might be something crimey going on, she was like turned off. And so, yeah, she's inside now.
Oh yeah, so I keyed his driver's side of the car and also punctured his back right tire.
All right.
And I just like went off into the woods.
Oh
Okay.
God. You're never gonna see Franz again.
You think that a German is not used to going into hiding for a period of time?
Oh, that's fair. You did wander the Autobahn for 2 weeks or whatever. You told us that story.
Why do you think I have a rating of 6 in preparedness?
Damn.
Wow.
You got your ass.
I got schooled. So schooled. I have a 10 in preparedness too. Wait.
All right. So Franz, you fuck up his car, you take off. So
Oh, also, what I
do
keyed
you stay
into his
close enough to like see things maybe, or do you like just fucking
like.
like take off and smoke a cigarette or whatever, you know?
First of all, Franz doesn't smoke.
Yeah, you're from
Alright.
Europe, liar.
He's all about that clean life.
He's one
He's
of
never done a
those,
criminal action in his life.
you know, Eastern German straight edge kids.
Yeah. So he
Actually,
did
that's a-
key
that's-
Kinder Thieving into the side of the car. But obviously that won't be
He's gonna
understood
come
by
out.
literally anyone in this town.
What does this even mean?
Actually, I gotta know: is Franz from East or West Germany?
For
He's
real.
from
though.
Germany.
That tells us nothing.
He's
Okay.
from the German part.
Okay.
The most German part. Got it.
Technically, it is 1990. The Berlin Wall has already fell.
It's true.
Yeah. So maybe
It is.
check your prejudices at the door.
We're inside a
Yeah,
house.
he is. Yeah, you should have checked them at the door when you came in. Yeah, he's slightly like he is off in the distance, but he can see what's happening. To answer your question, the long way around, Kennedy.
You're making me laugh so hard.
Sorry.
Are you sure that's why you're having trouble breathing?
No, it's also I'm having severe allergies.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Franz is like hiding in the woods nearby.
With his
And,
binoculars so he can see.
because he was bird watching.
Yeah, because he's bird watching.
Yeah, preparedness.
I forgot about
Um,
the bird watching.
So
How could you forget?
you see Mr. Lairbag come back out. And he sees the keying on the side of the door, and he's like, "Shit," like fucking like starts swearing right away. Fucking kraut piece of shit, stuff
Whoa!
like that. I mean, he's French. He especially hates you.
The headache.
I wanted to ask, when you punctured his tire, were you trying to get were you trying to just like immediately flatten it, or like a slow leak?
A slow leak.
Okay, cool. So
that's
he
so
he
sad.
does drive off. Hey, thanks for following. So he
What's
takes
that
off.
name?
He'll discover whatever problems later, I guess.
Sugar Daddy Backup 69.
Yeah,
That's great.
It's a
That's
great name. Great name.
Great name.
So he takes off. And Nick and Freddie, you hear him leave as well.
Okay. So, all right. So Freddy heads out, and he goes to check the phone. Maybe it's 1990. Maybe they have a phone that can call the last number.
It's a Garfield
Star
clone.
69 or whatever.
Oh, what? I don't know, man. Maybe call the operator. I don't know
There
how
was, like, a
phones
thing
work
you
in
could do. I
1990.
barely remember this, but there was like you
They
could
had
hit like
switchboard operators
star
back then?
67 or star 69 or something like that, and you would get you would call back the last number.
I don't know. I'm 17. Yes, star
I
69.
assume-
last call return.
I assume
yeah.
Freddie knows all about this sort of thing.
Freddie does a star 69 on that phone right there.
So it rings for a minute, and then it picks up, and it's like a middle-aged woman's voice, and she says, "Hello."
Hey, this is Mr. Liarbag. This is Mr. Liarbag, and that's all he says.
She's just like, "Is this a prank call? What is this?"
No, this is for real.
Hangs up.
Oh shit.
You guys
Right.
suck at being mystery teens.
Wait. Shit.
What was that? Give me the phone.
And Freddie hands the phone over to Nick and does star 69 again.
All right, let's try this again. Hello?
The woman's like, "Hello."
Hi, I was just calling because you just called this number and left a weird message. Who is this?
She says, "I didn't call anyone. What are you talking about?"
I'm pretty sure you called this number. I just star 69. That's what I was told to do by my mother, who is obviously in the room watching me. This phone
You're
call.
like, "Okay, this is a prank call." She hangs up.
All right, Franz is
couldn't think
making
of
their way
anything.
in there now.
I went blank. I'm sorry.
Oh man, they outsmarted us again.
All
We're
right,
bad at this.
Franz,
We're really bad at this.
Franz is in
German.
German.
You could use your skills, but if you don't try to talk your way through it, that's fine too.
This is how we do it.
We couldn't use the skills.
We're dealing with some very intelligent criminals. We gotta figure this out.
All right,
Your teen's trying to solve a mystery. It's okay. All right.
Franz does some stretches, does some vocal training.
We trade off pressing the numbers star
And,
69.
Signals
But,
for Freddy to hit that start
It's not
69.
picking up anymore.
Oh,
Shit.
I was gonna roll threes.
All right.
I guess we follow the car. I don't.
Yeah, so if my arithmetic is correct, he's going to get a flat approximately 1.7 kilometers away from here.
Did you stab his tire?
Oh
my God.
Among other things.
Are Nick and Freddie, are y'all going back out to meet up with Franz?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is there there's a phone book underneath, in sort of the bedside table, and Freddie is pulling it out and he's checking like the reference for all the service codes that you can enter, and he's just looking at them. It's like, okay, what's fucking star 85? No, that's not gonna do it. That's gonna
What did you want now?
fucking
What do you want, Freddie?
shit, I just want the number.
You can't get the number.
You
Can
sure
we
curse a
just
lot.
I feel like we can get the number.
Roll repair or
Um,
computers?
Roll repair?
Phones are kind of computers.
What if wait a second, it's 1990. One of us has to be a phone freaker.
Who's freaking on phone?
That would still be computers. The skill.
Does anyone have computers?
No. For once, I don't want to be a hacker character.
Oh.
I had impersonate this whole time and I didn't even use it.
All right, I guess oh man, I heard there was like you could blow a harmonica into phones and like get the number, but like I don't know how to do that,
Are you just
man.
gonna play Piano Man into the phone?
I saw like this movie. It was called Hackers, and like one of them like just whistled into a phone and
So you
got
pull
some
out your
shit.
harmonica.
I don't know how to do this though. So. All right, we'll have to. we're gonna have to come back and try that when we've learned how to do that. I don't know how to do that. All right. Okay. Have we? Okay. What's?
So,
I'm crying.
are y'all gonna meet up with Franz or?
Yes.
Franz is already in there.
Yeah, Franz
And
came
regroup?
in. Yeah, we're gonna
Franz came
head
in?
out.
Yeah, that's why
Well,
she didn't pick
but-
up the third time.
Okay.
Can
Would've been
we-
hilarious.
okay, we're gonna take a quick sweep around the house and just see like does anything look disturbed from when we last took a look around, like just so we get an idea of where the uncle might have been looking for stuff.
So bad.
Okay, yeah, for sure. In the kitchen, a couple of drawers are open that weren't before,
Okay.
like slightly ajar, and also, the basement door is open and it was closed when you came in.
The basement.
Can we head down to the basement?
I'm staying up here so we don't get locked down there.
All right. Yeah, Freddy heads down to the basement.
Franz, you going down?
Franz will go in the basement, I guess.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I'm just gonna smoke a
So
cigarette in the kitchen, I
basement
guess.
is kind of set up like a man cave.
Or like a
Um,
man's grave.
Oh shit! They got a 45-inch TV.
Really?
It seems like this guy is a big Detroit Lions fan.
Ugh.
He's got Lions fucking merchandise all over the wall, Lions posters, Lions jerseys, etc., etc.
Is there a bookcase with just all Sports Illustrateds on it?
No, what it is there's a bookcase that is filled with VHS tapes that are recordings of football games.
Oh my.
Oh
Yeah.
no. He's
Yeah.
that type of guy.
Yeah.
Freddy starts
Um,
just pulling on one. Just
Yeah, we
trying to,
gotta
like,
find the
pull
one
it
that's
all
slightly off color.
at an angle. He just starts like
Also-
going down the line of VHS TV. All right, not this one.
Like
This one.
most of it doesn't seem like that interesting, but there's a few things that seem like possibly intriguing in terms of like stuff down here besides the bookcase. There's like a utilities closet that has like the water heater and like some plumbing tools and stuff in it. It looks like. There's the entertainment center where the TV is, which it has like a little like cabinet with like some drawers and stuff, and it looks like someone may have been in those recently, although you can't tell for sure. And then there's a like mini bar, and that has like some like drawers and stuff and things around it, like a big old set of cabinetry to go with it. So it's like that could also be, maybe hiding something. And a couple of those cabinet doors are definitely like open, as if they were opened recently, perhaps.
All right, Freddy's like, he went down the line of VHS tapes and like, shit, not this one. All right, not this one. Like starts like feeling the bookcase or whatever, like just looking at the edge and like, all right, shit.
That's
Finally decides not a secret door. Shit,
this guy just has a lot of fucking VHS tapes.
A lot of tapes. And he just heads over to the mini bar, starts looking for bottles to steal.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Bottles to steal. They have this ancient bottle of absinthe in the mini bar. It's really weird. It's out of place compared to everything else.
Oh man, absinthe! I heard this makes you trip like nothing else, man.
It literally looks like it's like 100 years old, and it's super weird because everything else in the mini bar is like cheap, freshly purchased liquor.
All right, Freddy takes a bottle of absinthe, puts it inside his coat. All right, man. There's nothing down here, I guess. Guess we should probably head back up.
I mean, like, there's the entire utility closet. There's the very strange, like, stuffed lion with a missing diamond eye. I feel as though there's a lot that we could be investigating here. Like,
I
just
don't
going
know,
to take
man.
the absinthe,
You
not
can
even
if
going
you-
to pour.
Do either of you have pop culture as an investigative skill?
No, I watch birds. You think I know pop culture?
Skills? Wait. Okay, no, they're academic skills on here. No. I have notice.
I
Okay.
also have noticed.
Well, you do notice that this is a nice man cave.
Do I have town lore? Is that applicable?
It's weird how you have town lore and are a foreign exchange student.
Yeah.
I like crime.
This seems.
Yeah, Franz, you noticed something interesting. There's like a little like case of like memorabilia, and at first you thought it was just like more just like there's like a football in there and some stuff like that, and you just thought it was that sort of shit, But then you actually look closer, and there's some sports trophies for Gabriel's father in the case. And what's interesting though is that there's one trophy that's for somebody else that's doesn't have the same, like, there's some for Gabriel's father. It looks like there's a couple for his grandpa, and there's one for Gabriel for a track meet that he won. Placed something in. But there's also one trophy with a name on it that you've never seen before. And the name is the first name is Marcus and last name is Salvador. And there was that note that said something about Sal. Maybe they're related, maybe they're not. I don't know.
I have already forgotten what the context of that note was.
Yeah, me too.
It was in the day planner. There was that
true.
note about the road trip. Something about Sal. Might have been an acronym though.
Nothing's an acronym in this town. It's illegal.
Maybe Sal's
I know that from my town lore.
Gabriel's real dad.
Anyways, I'm taking that fucking trophy.
Nope. Okay.
I want that trophy.
One day Franz
all right.
will get a trophy
Just
of
gonna
his
take it. I can't believe I had impersonate this whole time, and I could have used that on the phone.
Is your refrigerator running?
God.
Yeah,
Then you
Franz, what's
better
interesting too, as you pick up the trophy, is like this is a newer trophy. This is like recent. Why would there be like somebody's recently won trophy that's this person you've never heard of?
Yes. Why would there be? If only I could use my lore skills to understand.
Well,
But I
y'all can
can't.
investigate it further, perhaps with the help of some other place or set
Person
of
who knows
resources.
pop culture.
But I'm not saying the pop culture was the same clue, you little weasel. Just to be
I
clear.
am the weasel.
So, Franz, Freddie, are you ready to head back upstairs? You done with this?
Yeah. Freddie is
Yeah,
ready to
I'm
head
down
upstairs.
here. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of depressed now because I'm a teenager.
Man, this place was really popping though during the party on Saturday. Like,
Oh yeah, it is
Matt.
still a little bit trash from the party down here too.
Mm.
I figure that's kind of assumed, but yeah.
All right.
like down here they were just raging. It was insane.
I kind of feel like we should go after that car.
Oh yeah, he's probably blown his tire at this point.
So it's like mid-afternoon, you know, school let out a little while ago. And like you've been wandering around doing shit.
All the other
For
kids
the most
abandoned
part,
us.
like you can be out a while longer before your parents really start to ask many questions, but like maybe only an hour or two more before you need to like at least like come up with an excuse or something possibly for some of you. I don't know. Depends on what your home situation is like, I guess.
So,
Yeah, just to follow up a little bit too. There may be other places that you all might know about that Gabriel liked to hang out, or other people that you know that he associated with, because again, you knew him; he was your friend. And also, you know that Cassandra Stickler is a potential clue. You know that his uncle is a potential clue. So you've got at least a little more time before, like I say, you have to at least make excuses for your parents. What are you gonna do?
I say we hop on our bikes and ride after the car.
I mean, we have the car.
bikes? What are you talking about? We got my 1983 Toyota, I don't know,
Or
something.
whatever.
Oh, right, you have a car. I keep
Yeah, he has a car.
No, I'm sorry. Honda Prelude.
That's right, 1983 Honda Prelude.
Honda Prelude. It's got,
Write
you
that
know,
on your character sheet in the
I thought
notes
it
section.
was, it was not.
I forgot that he
It's
printed
got
it out.
a white hood and then a black front driver's side door and then a red driver's side passenger door in the rear.
Jesus. What happened to this thing?
It's actually amazing that in a town this size you could find 3 different Honda Preludes to get parts from, because it's not a very common car in this area.
No, you know, just to reiterate for both you and the audience's sake, y'all live in the town of Bloodsport, Michigan. Also just known as Bloodsport. It's like 30 minutes from Crystal Lake and about like an hour and 15 from Traverse City.
Jesus.
This
So,
place
like,
sounds awful.
It's out in the middle of nowhere in Upper Michigan, not in the Upper Peninsula, but in the regular part of Michigan.
Why do we live here?
And there aren't that many big towns. You actually live in one of the bigger towns for the area, which is kind of sad.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we have his day planner though. Like, so we know that there's like he's got like penned in a road trip on it that like presumably what was the information on that?
Yeah, so sorry, I got to pull up a map of Michigan now.
Jesus.
That time of the session. So yeah, he took a road trip out of town. Like I said, this was 2 weekends ago, and he didn't talk to any of you about it or anyone that you know of. And he went to the town of he went to actually how do you even pronounce that? Houghton Lake? How do you pronounce this?
How's it spelled?
Houghton.
Houghton?
Houghton? He went to Houghton
Yeah, I
Lake.
think
Sounds like you're putting a curse on
He
someone.
went to Houghton Lake. So this is like a pretty good trip. It's like an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours.
Wait, but that's in the UP, isn't it?
No.
Well, then there's more than one Houghton in
Well, this is
Michigan.
Houghton Lake.
All right then.
Yeah, there's a small town of Houghton Lake, and that's where he went. You don't know why. It's a weird
there's
place
two-
to go. It's
there's
kind
a
of
Hou-
kind of a tourist spot.
There's a Houghton Lake and then a township of Houghton in the UP. That's interesting. Anyway, okay, so that was
Our next
All right.
mystery takes place in Houghton. Okay, don't get it confused.
Jesus.
yeah. Houghton Lake. Man, I think I had like a cousin that took like a vacation, like a weekend in a cabin there. I don't know anything about.
Yeah,
About
it's the
that
kind of place that
place.
you might have gone for a summer once as a kid and rented a boat. You know what I mean?
All right, what you got?
Who as a kid can afford renting a boat?
I'm not talking about like a
Things
fancy
are
boat.
different in the 90s, okay?
Things were much better economically.
I'm not talking about
Children
a
are
fancy
running
Rent
boat.
boats.
I feel like this is like a how much do bananas cost moment. Joe, there are cheap boats you can rent. Okay, I'm going to tell you about them.
What can a boat
Fair.
cost?
I live
$10?
in Oregon,
Michael?
so that doesn't help.
All right.
Oh yeah. A lot of boat rentals in Oregon are wildly expensive, but like
I was gonna
Ohio,
say.
Michigan in the 90s, you could rent like a shitty little motorboat real cheap for the day.
Damn.
Shit like that. So, you know.
They got a big ass lake there. Everyone's got a boat.
You don't got a boat, you ain't got a goat.
No,
All
literally, in places like that where you live by the lakes, a lot of people live by the lakes because they want to do lake shit.
Live by
And
the
they
lake,
put
die
their
by the
extra
lake.
income
Shit.
into a boat. It might be a shitty boat, but they have a boat.
You got whole towns full of lake people.
Whole towns full of lake people, and Houghton
Oh,
Lake. is
watch
one
out.
of them.
There's quicksand.
All right.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a
Houghton
bad
Lake.
place.
It's a small town where, again, it's like it's barely. It's like, you know, it's kind of barely.
I'm sorry, what the hell
Well,
are we
it's not
talking about?
I don't even know
That's
anymore.
where-
I lost track.
This is where Gabriel went on the
Alright,
road trip.
All right. Hold on. Now,
You
okay.
went on a 30-minute away
So
road
like,
trip?
No, it was
wait,
like
hold
2 hours.
on.
Okay.
So Gabriel, I heard he like hooked up with like this chick. I don't like. What's her name again? At the party,
Cassandra Stickler.
Cassandra. I don't know her that well. Do you guys know her?
Oh yeah, she's a total whore.
Jesus, Franz. Okay.
Franz.
Language.
Oh.
Can't believe I'm saying that to you.
Look, I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. I'm just saying she gets around. Before
Yeah,
Gabriel,
yeah,
it
like-
was Marcus Evanston, and then she had broken up with Alfred Nobles. And that's when, like, literally 2 days later, she got with Marcus.
I think
Of-
Franz is making some of these people up.
Of
Are you
no
stoned?
no it's the Bloodsport Nobles. They live in the nice part of
Oh, okay.
town. Okay, I guess we gotta go talk to her. Is she like in a club or something? Like after school?
Oh yeah, she's in crew.
Most of the after school clubs are wrapped up for today. You probably have to figure out who her friends are.
You guys know
Where
where
she's
she
hanging
lives or where she hangs out? Okay. So, well, you know, maybe, you know, she's in like the cool group of kids, right? They all hang out at what's the pool hall's name? Do we have a pool hall?
We
Why
do
would-
now.
I think
Yeah.
We do now, and it's called Balls Ahoy.
No,
please do.
incorrect.
No, it's called Balls Ahoy. So,
Oh,
so is Balls Ahoy around town? Like, is it like a place that teenagers are allowed to be? Like that?
Yes,
kind of pool
because it's a pool hall.
okay.
And
It's
as
run
we
by the
know,
clergy?
it's not like a 1950s pool hall, which are like seedy and kind of like run down, and there's gangs. It's a 1990s pool hall. They're very clean, and
It's
like the
overly
one-
clean.
It's
It's-
overly clean. It's like the
Yeah.
It's like the diner and Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a pool hall run out of the youth center, which
Well, I
is run by
imagine
the
they
church.
probably also have like a handful of arcade machines. Like they're trying to compete
Yeah.
a little with that.
I guess we got to go to Balls Ahoy. and check
Balls
it.
Ahoy.
Speaking of balls ahoy,
oh no.
Oh yeah, you know what else Balls Ahoy is famous for in town? Best pinball machines.
Oh yeah, there's I like the other week I like
They got the Tommy machine.
they got this one that's you know that movie The Predator, right? Like so they have one that has like the Predator's face, but you gotta stick your hand in there and to get the pinball out of it.
Wait, when
But,
did that
like-
movie come out?
Like my friend Billy,
I just looked it up. It came out in
his hand
1987.
got
It's
stuck in
valid.
it. He got his hand stuck in it.
Whoa.
And like it took like 5 hours for them to get his hand out of the pinball machine. You're not
Oh,
supposed
was
to
that
stick your
why
hand
the
in there.
The fire engine was there?
They said they were gonna have to cut his hand off.
Oh,
Oh, that's brutal.
dang.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Rad.
Fortunately, it was already like really sticky with popcorn grease, so
Oh.
the firefighters just pulled it out.
Noise.
I don't know why that
Am I
sounds
saying
so
that right?
gross.
Noise?
Yeah, you got it. Okay, so we're gonna
when-
drive over to Balls Ahoy.
when you
Balls
get to
Ahoy it
Balls
is.
Ahoy, it's slightly weird. Like lots of people are kind of gathered outside because there's a dead cow in front of Balls Ahoy, and there's a couple of farmers trying to like load it into a truck and take it away.
What happened?
And there's a lot of people like watching.
How'd the cow die?
How did it get here?
Well, okay, so Freddy walks up to like the crowd and he like elbows
Yeah.
someone gently in the ribs, like,
Jesus.
what happened here, man?
Is it a stranger or someone you know from school? Because there's certainly both here.
It's Francis Milligan who
Okay,
you
Francis
know
Milligan.
very he's varsity varsity pool because this school
Varsity
has a
pool.
has
You have a pool team. It's
We
not
have a
that
pool
cool,
team.
but some people are really into it.
they're actually kind of derided as nerds because
Would it be funnier if the pool team was swimming and that's just what they called it?
it's actually a
No,
very
There's actually a lot of confusion when they post when swim team and pool team post events and like
Yeah, there's,
sign
like,
up
very,
varsity
stuff.
very
pool,
confusing. Actually, Freddie,
which is like
we
the
don't
pool
actually
hall.
we don't know what team this guy actually is in. We just know it's the pool team, but like it could be either one. But it's Francis. Freddie kind of knows Francis. They have math together, so he kind of elbows him like, "What's going on here, man?"
Francis is like, dude, is the weirdest thing. This cow just walked up in front of the store and fell over dead. I don't even know, dude.
Is this the next mystery?
Wow.
Did we
Don't
fail
forget
the
about
first one?
Gabriel. I wonder what's up with this cow.
The case of the dying cow.
Oh
And
shit.
there
okay.
seems to be an issue because like there's just these like couple of ranchers like trying to get this onto the truck, and like the cow keeps like every time like they look like they got a good hold on it and they're gonna pull up to the truck, the cow suddenly has like a death spasm and fucking just like knocks it fucking around and makes a big mess out of everything again, and they're just like
Alright.
having a lot of trouble actually. Like they're slowly getting it. They basically like got it on a tarp and they're slowly hauling it onto this truck, but it's like this is a weird situation.
Yeah.
Oh man. So Freddie like looks at Francis and is like, "Have you seen a Stickler?" Becky Stickler, whatever her name is. You know her.
Cassandra?
Yeah,
Cassandra?
Cassandra Stickler. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was here, but some people did leave because of the cow. They were like, "That's gross," and I thought it was cool. Like I just wanted to watch, what's going on. And right
Did
as
you
he
take the
says
pills
that, like,
today?
the cow gives another like crazy spasmy death kick. And he's like, "Whoa, like that, dude? That's crazy."
Whoa.
All right. Well, thanks, man. Good luck at swim practice.
Oh, what?
Okay.
And then
Come on, man.
You're not. You're like, wait, but was he confused because I asked about the wrong thing, or was he just like he was kind of more focused on the cow again?
He was more focused
Maybe
on
he
the
was
cow.
just not paying attention to what you said.
And
All right.
as I assume we're making this scene, Franz does rest his hand on Rebecca and Mickey's shoulder and is like,
No.
"I'm so sorry for your loss. Very close." Because she's in
Wait,
Future
you said it-
Farmers.
Hold up.
Yeah,
wait a
Rebecca,
minute.
Becky
Play that
Milkers
back.
is there.
Oh yeah, Rebecca's there, of course. Yeah, duh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is why I'm asking if she was close to the cow. She's in Future Farmers. It makes sense. Franz is trying to be a good person
Rebecca's
here.
like, "I don't know every cow, man. What are you doing here, Franz? I've seen enough of you today."
Quickly became
Look,
offensive.
look. Don't have a cow, man. I'm
Oh no.
just trying to be nice.
Wait,
I'll
hold
leave
on.
you to it.
1990s. Has that phrase been introduced in The Simpsons yet?
It has now.
Franz invented it.
And then
He's the original Bart.
1989. Yeah, I don't think that was a thing in The Simpsons yet.
look, Franz is a trailblazer.
Okay, so in the crowd is Matt groaning.
No.
He just happens to be in Bloodsport that day for reasons I'll never disclose.
I don't think
And,
Matt Groening was born yet.
He hears Franz say, "Have a cow, man." He's like, "That's going in the show."
And that goes in the bank.
All right. So like, can we like take a look around the crowd, see if whatever Stickler Freddie can't even remember her first name.
Cassandra
It's
Stickler.
like,
Yeah, that's the
is-
problem. You don't
is
know her
the
that well.
Stickler around here? Like, is she in the crowd somewhere? And he kind of stands. He's obviously like a couple inches taller than most other people because again he failed 2 grades, so he's just like kind of.
What's up, Nick?
Can I lift Freddie on my shoulders?
I thought Freddie was stronger than you.
I don't know who's
Yeah, so actually
stronger.
Freddie like he kind of puts
Who-
Nick on his shoulders.
Yeah, who's got more fighting?
He does.
I have 8 fighting. So.
All
I
right,
have
so Freddie
5.
puts Nick on his shoulders.
No, I'm in boxing club.
I mean, the real question is, which of you actually knows what she looks like?
Get up here, Franz. Totem pole.
So now we're okay.
So
So Franz pulls out his trench coat.
wait, so Franz, you know what Cassandra looks like? That's
Of course I know
right.
what Cassandra looks like.
Okay.
He's
So-
a social butterfly.
I knew that trench coat would come in
So is
handy.
Franz just relaying the information up to Nick? Who's
No,
like,
I think we're all like all 3 of us are one stack.
we're
I pull on the
actually
trench coat.
all sort of.
okay.
No, I just relay to whoever's on top.
All right, okay. If you're all stacking, I was like, somebody's got to roll athletics.
Oh, I have 5
Okay.
athletics.
Okay, so
We're
Nick,
very
so you're up
athletic.
top, and Franz is relaying to you like a description of Cassandra as you like scan the crowd.
No, she has a very
Wait.
kind face.
Okay.
And you see as you're scanning, like you finally spot, you're pretty sure it's her. She's like kind of on the other side of the crowd with some people, kind of on the edge of things, and like they don't actually look like they're interested in the cow. Like they're having some other conversation,
Are
which is
her
why it was hard
eyes
to even like spot her.
like a meadow after a fresh rain?
But as soon as you spot her, a fire truck and a cop car come up because this cow situation, they can't get the fucking cow in the truck, and it's a whole thing, and there's a crowd, and now like like it's a small town, so like these people don't have enough to do, so they heard there was a commotion. They're here. So
Dead cow at the
a
casino.
sheriff's deputy gets out, Bloodsport Sheriff's Department, and he pulls out his bullhorn. He's like, all right, everybody get out of here. Let's do this. Come on.
Nothing to see here.
And so Cassandra and her friends start taking off down. Like, it looks like they're probably going to walk down to the park from the looks of it. That's nearby. What's the name of that park?
Arcs Park.
Arcs Park.
Spelled with
Mark
an
Ark.
X.
In honor of Mark Ark. The Mark Ark Memorial Park.
So I point Freddy's head in that direction with my thighs and say,
All right, yeah, and
that away.
Freddy starts like walking while still carrying Nick.
"Ah!"
Yeah, he starts like jogging.
Oh God!
So, yeah,
Oh
down
God!
the street, so like people who are hanging out at Balls Ahoy and stuff like in this area, like another common place that they often hang out is just down the street at Mark Ark Memorial Park. Mark Ark, of course, was one of the Mormon settlers killed by the indigenous population. And there's a big, huge, shitty bronze statue of him. He looks horrible. It's like one of the worst statues you've ever seen.
Hold on, I heard that like he actually survived the initial slaughter of the Mormons by the indigenous people and was actually later murdered by the Seventh-day Adventists who came later on to colonize the area.
That's a popular conspiracy, but that's not what's in your history book, okay?
How much time more do you have?
So there's this big, ugly bronze statue that was paid for by that fucking Confederate propaganda movement in the early 1900s, I think, is when they put all those statues in or something. Or no, it was even later than that. It was like the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, the little known Confederate statue movement in Michigan. It was really just in this area, around the Bloodsport area.
Yeah.
Everyone else was kind of like, we were in the Union.
You laugh, but this shit exists, dude.
No, I am aware. I am very aware. That is the point I am making.
Yeah, so someone came to a random town in Michigan and built a fucking Confederate statue for some reason. This guy, Mark Ark. Except he wasn't even a Confederate, so like the reason why it was like
the whole Mormon thing, that was like
confusing.
That was like 30 years before the Civil War.
It just seemed like the people who built it just loved racism, So anyway, Mark Ark Park. It's a great place to hang out. People vandalize the statue a lot.
Memorial Park.
Mark Ark Memorial Park. They vandalize the statue a lot.
It's getting a little dark.
It's getting a little dark. It is getting a little dark as you approach Mark Ark Memorial Park. That is a fact. Also, like across the street from Mark Ark, on like the other side from where y'all came from, there's like an ice cream shop and some other stuff. So it's like people just hang out. Like this is like a place where like a lot of teens just like chill.
Mhm.
And it seems like that's what's going on right now. And especially with the cops distracted a street over, like everyone in the park is just like whatever. It's
all right.
like,
So
it's a bit of not like a hardcore party vibe, but just like a mild. People are passing around bottles of booze that they've stolen or procured somehow. Joints, etc. A few kids might even have some harder drugs. You're not sure, but there's definitely like some shady spots in the park and some of those congregations are, a little more suspicious looking than others.
I guess we had to what's her name? Rebecca Stickler?
Yes.
Cassandra Stickler.
Cassandra Stickler. Yeah, her. We
That
head over
one.
there.
Yes, not Rebecca Milkers.
Rebecca. Oh my! I keep getting Rebecca Milkers and Cassandra Stickler mixed up.
I think we need a
It's
female.
an easy
on the
mistake.
show.
They are almost identical.
Yeah, so Cassandra Stickler is like with a couple of her friends, and they're smoking cigarettes, and they've got like a little, like not like a tiny, but like a half-size bottle of vodka that they're like passing around a little bit, and it's like peach flavored. And it looks kind of gross. Yeah, looks like pretty cheap.
Who's spitting this?
And they're just passing that around a little bit and like smoking cigarettes and like chatting about something as you approach. And like they kind of give you like a little bit of like a Mean Girls, like, what do you want as you walk up, both in like look and tone.
And Franz elbows Freddy, like, you got the absinthe.
You can put me down now.
Freddie ignores Nick.
Stop carrying Nick. Are you?
I'm sorry.
carrying
What did
Nick?
Franz say? I didn't.
I've reminded Freddy that he has a bottle of absinthe.
Oh.
It's the price of admission.
Yeah, so they like get like closer, like Freddie sort of like walks up and I was like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? What's happening?
I'd really like to get
You
down.
hanging out?"
And
Freddy
Franz
can-
just transfers Nick onto his shoulders, I guess.
Please put me down.
Do any of you maybe have like a little flattery or flirting to go with this bottle of booze that might help you?
Well, I had flattery.
I've got
You still have
negotiation.
it even if the pool is empty. You just can't spend any pool.
Yes,
I
did
have
flattery.
intimidation.
No.
I've got intimidation.
What about
Hey guys,
negotiation?
you want to hang out?
Negotiation.
So, Franz, if you've got flattery, again, so spending the pool just makes it more effective. But if you've got the skill, you've got the skill. Do you want to try to like take the bottle and use your flattery?
I guess, and I'll have to work the old Franzberger charm. Oh, Cassandra and everyone, how are you tonight? I have for you. Oh, my finger is stuck in some Velcro. Absinthe. The very stuff that caused Van Gogh to cut off his own finger.
Yeah, this stuff made a guy kill himself.
Whoa.
No, he did not kill himself directly, I think. I have a point in town lore, not in scholarship.
This stuff drives you insane.
We want them to.
Hey, something I forgot to mention to y'all up till now is that if you use things like your background, sometimes I can give you a little boost for an action. And I'm going to say in this instance that Franz, because you're European and you're offering this strange beverage, that this is particularly effective, And
Yes, that's exactly what I was going
Cassandra's
for.
friends, who are mostly girls, kind of turn to you and they're like, "Oh, you guys seem like you're having fun already. All right, yeah, let's party." And they start passing their peach vodka, and you start passing your bottle, and you get the sense that like there might be a bit of a fine line between getting too fucked up, but also getting fucked up enough that you seem cool here.
Oh yeah, I can hang.
Can I roll impersonate
Freddie
to seem
takes
drunk?
like. Sorry.
Yeah, you can. Actually, isn't that a social skill? Or is that a?
What's up?
So impersonate's a social skill. You don't even have to roll for it. If you want to
Okay.
spend from the pool, you'll make it more effective.
Okay, I have one in it, so
I'll impersonate being drunk, I guess.
Do you want to spend the one, or do you want to
Yeah.
just impersonate it for free?
I do want to spend the
Okay.
one.
All right, so Nick is pretending to drink and just like doing a pretty convincing job of just like acting like he's kind of fucked up. And it seems like everybody's buying that no problem. No one's paying that much attention, you know.
one
Anyway,
pays attention to Nick.
Nick is faking. Franz and Freddie, if you want to, I'll let you roll cool here to handle your alcohol
Oh, I could
in
have done
front of the other cool kids.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna
roll.
spend 2 out of my cool pool.
Okay,
Cool.
so that'll give you a +2 on the roll.
Yeah.
And you roll d6s here, right?
Yep.
I will also burn 2 cool
Okay.
for school.
I'm now the coolest.
Total of 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 5 again.
All right, Freddie, do you feel like you're gonna be able to ride an effective line between looking cool enough in front of these kind of cool girls, you know, by like drinking and hanging out, but without like getting too sloshed? Like you're pulling it off pretty well. Franz, you're cutting it a little closer. Like you feel like you might be teetering over the line a bit at times, but
So there was the east side of Germany. 2 snipers, right trained on my face. But then, Ronald Reagan from the sky said, "Tear down this wall." And then
What is happening?
did.
Freddie kind of sidles up to one of whatever her name's friends, and it's like, "Hey,
Sticklers.
what's up? I'm in a band. We're called Death."
Am I still on Franz's shoulders?
No, I did put you down.
This is someone other
Okay,
than
good.
Franz, or this is just one of her friends.
Yeah, there's just
No,
one
I
of my
didn't let
friends.
you down. I've been handing you up a glass.
I'm just hanging up here.
Yeah, so her name
I
is,
play murder drums.
Here you go. Play an elevator.
her name is Michelle Ulysses. Her dad owns Ulysses.
God.
Ulysses Auto Shop?
Or
Perhaps.
Ulysses S. Grant.
I don't remember what Ulysses was. I just wrote it down.
What?
Oh, this was something we came up with? Okay. I don't
No.
remember this.
It was
I'll watch the VOD later and figure out what
Okay.
Ulysses was.
So just make it
Maybe someone
generic
should
to
have
what?
been writing this stuff down.
I wrote down a lot. You guys were giving me tons of stuff, and I wrote down tons of notes. I just for that one, I just wrote Ulysses. I guess I was in a hurry. It's around town too, so it can't be anything. It's like a bookstore, maybe, or something.
Why would we make the
That seems
bookstore?
too easy.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh wait, no. Wait. Ulysses was the other magic shop. Quimbles
Oh,
and
right.
Ulysses are the two competing Magic the Gathering card shops.
No. Whoa, no,
Right?
yeah. Quimbles
Quimbles
is
is
a
more-
hobby shop.
Yeah, Quimbles is
Quimbles
right.
is a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Where's the
Ulysses
actual
was like the
magic shop,
hippie
though?
one.
No, Ulysses is like the hardcore gamer one where the 40K people hang out.
40K didn't exist back then.
Yes, it did. It was extremely popular in
I thought it was
1990.
just
dumbass.
Warhammer in 1990. With the elves and
Hold
shit.
on.
First
Warhammer
edition
started in
released in
1987.
1987.
Yeah.
But what about 40K? That's what I'm saying.
40K.
Damn. So you're saying that theoretically there could have been Warhammer 40K in Eastern Germany?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I guess. Let's move on. Okay, so yeah, so Quimbles is where like they have some cards and they have a couple of tables where you're allowed to like play and stuff, but it's more like comic books and model airplanes and stuff somewhat than like hardcore like gamer vibes. And Ulysses is the hardcore gamer, like It's all magic and Warhammer 40K and almost nothing else goes on.
So Michelle Ulysses, she's like got glasses, right?
No, she hates the nerd shit.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So Freddie kind of like
Yeah, she
Okay.
hates her dad. Come on.
what's up? I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, and you mentioned you were in a band, Death. That's right, remember? That was the other.
I
Yeah.
play the murder drums and I smoke cigarettes.
Michelle's like, all
What's
right.
up?
She's not like, to be clear, she's not like preppy. She is still like a little alternative. She's just not a nerd. She doesn't like that stuff. Her dad's into it.
She's not into that nerd shit.
I mean, come on. How do you feel about your dad's hobbies? Right? Come on, be real. So yeah, she's like, all right, what's up? And she's not like super warm, but she's willing to have a conversation with you. Is there something specific you want to try to get out of her?
Oh no, I'm just hanging out.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
I'm
well,
gonna be
just
like, yo,
hanging
it's
out.
pretty fucked up what's
Just
happening.
hanging
with
out.
Gabe.
You already rolled a good cool roll, so actually, you can take one relationship point with Michelle Ulysses for, like, you don't know her well yet, but this is a good
Awesome.
interaction.
Yes.
So, yeah, she doesn't warm up to you right away, but she's also like not like rude at any point, and eventually, like, you get into like a decent groove of conversation. Nick, Franz, what are you doing? Is anyone talking to Cassandra? Are people you talking to some of her other friends? What's the plan here?
I feel like I'm chatting with Cassandra, trying to.
You're the sober one. Probably makes sense.
Yeah. I have 2 in negotiation, but also like 1 in reassurance. Is there any way I can? I'm just like trying to think off the
You might
top
be
of
able
my
to spin
head.
reassurance. I mean, think about it. Like, if you want to try to.
I feel like reassurance would probably.
She was the last person to potentially ever get with him.
Yeah. So I guess I just start asking her like, "Hey, do you know anything about Gabriel?"
Well, hey, now you got to make this reassurance. So, like,
yeah. Oh fuck.
maybe something more like being like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I was sorry to hear Gabriel went missing. I hope you're not too upset." Something like that would be
Yeah,
reassuring.
that's something along that line. I heard.
Yeah.
I heard what happened. To
Do you want to
Gabriel.
spend out of that pool to make it more effective, or do you just want to use your skill?
I will use out of the pool.
Okay, how much you want to spend?
1.
Okay.
Because that's all I have.
She's like, yeah, thank you. Gabriel and I were good friends, and
Us too.
I've been worried about. How did you know Gabriel?
Forgot.
You also just make something up. I don't give a shit.
I used to smoke cigarettes with him all the time. His older brother used to get us cigarettes. I think wasn't that the storyline that we had?
That sounds rightish. Yeah.
You could also just be lying.
Yeah, and you could also just be lying. That's fine.
That's
So
fair.
She's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And you talk a little bit about that. What information did you want to try to get?
I honestly just wanted to like know what happened. Like, is everything okay? Was Gabe acting weird? Like, what is this? Like, what? I don't know. I feel like I'm poking around the issue, but not really hitting the issue.
At some point, while you're trying to be reassuring, you kind of take like a half step too far in something you say, and she's like, "Oh, Gabriel and I weren't like dating."
Oh, really?
And she's like, "No, he was trying to buy cocaine from me, but he wanted so much, and I don't know. This is a weird thing. I just felt weird about it."
Oh. Well, I mean, do you still have any of that coke?
She's like, "Yeah, you want to buy some?"
Yeah. Can I roll negotiation or?
You can just use your negotiation.
Yes,
free.
I'll just use my negotiation then.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of cash on you, and you just, you buy a tiny baggie of Coke off of her. She doesn't have that much, like she was saying, She
That's fair. I get
But-
you.
yeah. But she's got like a couple tiny baggies, and she sells you one.
Ask her where she got it.
Where'd you get this? Who's your supplier?
Not like that.
She's like, can't tell you that one. Sorry, bud.
But I have two in negotiation.
Maybe someday I'll introduce you to him. Or
Oh, come
say something
on.
kind of like that, and then.
You gotta tell me the hookup.
It's getting darker now. You know that your parents are going to be asking questions if you don't at least call and come up with an excuse soon. Especially Nick and Franz. Freddie, your parents.
They know the score.
Your parents don't love you. They wish you would just
as long
get
as you come
captured.
home before your dad passes out.
My dad's a functional alcoholic.
Oh boy.
He's non-functional with his other addictions.
Yeah. Par for the course.
It's fine. We are, according to my character sheet, middle class.
Oh, I'm poor.
Yeah, no, your dad drives he drives the snowplow.
It's a very lucrative business. And
Well, no, it's a great job because there's like a
Seasonal.
couple of other things that they have him do, but realistically, for the most part, a lot of times he's just on call, which means he's just hanging out at your house drunk.
Yeah, even in the summer, he is on call.
And also, like,
even in July.
yeah, so
All
Yeah.
right.
kind of a mess. So Freddie, you've got like at least another hour or two. But Nick and Franz, if you don't check in soon, your parents are gonna ask questions. Franz, your host family, obviously.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's getting pretty dark.
should probably call
And
my
like some of the other team, like some of Cassandra's group is leaving, some of the other teams are leaving. You know what I mean? Like there
Yeah,
are
so
some
call me
people
Becky.
hanging out late, but it's also like I think it's like it's a Wednesday, right? Canonically, yeah, it's a Wednesday.
Yeah,
It's a
canonically it's
school night.
Wednesday. Now
So it's
that's
like no one's-
powerful.
No
tweet.
one's fucking
I gotta
getting
do that real quick.
super crunk. Everybody's just like hanging out in the park a little,
Okay. So, God, never mind. Forget it.
It seems like things are
I screwed that
winding
up.
down. Freddie, I'll call you. Yeah, maybe I'll call you. Can I call you
Michelle's
to
like,
Michelle?
maybe.
Man, this guy is incredulous.
She's so hot. She's
Oh
so
my God.
hot.
Do some of this coke with me.
She is hot.
Please.
She's so hot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go sleep off this absinthe.
I gotta go do some papers.
It
Nick,
seems
Nick,
like
you got
everyone's
homework.
heading home.
Nick, you've got homework tonight, bud.
I am so scholarly.
All right, so is everybody heading home for the night? You'll meet up at school tomorrow. Is that the plan?
Yeah, how much of the absinthe do I have left? This is very important. Has anyone exhibited any sort of
Green fairy behavior.
effects, perhaps any unusual behavior from drinking the absinthe? Freddie didn't have any. He just let Franz pass it around.
The DM fairy flies down. Says, "No."
It does seem like some of the crowd got a little weird, but it wasn't like really obvious for the most part. But like one of Cassandra's friends, Jack, who was like one of the only guys like hanging out in that group when you walked up, he was just kind of like doing the like staring at his hands thing, like
Okay.
for a bit. And one of Cassandra's other friends kept like looking up in the tree sometimes, and you like kept checking a little bit too to be like, is there something in that tree? And you were like sure that there wasn't. It was not even a very big or like thickly leaved tree that could hide something that easily. You know what I mean?
All right.
What
Uh,
if
we got like 3/4 of the bottle left,
Um.
or something like half. I don't know.
Yeah, you've got like about 2/3. About 2/3.
2/3.
what if
Uh,
Mr.
This is some-
Learbag is
This
the
is some
dealer?
100-year-old shit. This is an artifact. This
Yeah.
is
And
important.
again, like people weren't getting wasted, so you didn't drink through that much of it. Compared to like if you took this to a party, it might be gone. But
Okay.
that's a different story. Franz, you also, for the record, like at a certain point in the evening, you like wandered off to like the little like concrete bathroom things, and then you came back out and you thought you were having like a casual conversation with somebody outside as you were like lighting another cigarette, and then you looked over and you were just talking to like a tree, and you're like, wait, what?
Hmm?
This is that kind of night a little bit.
Yeah, that's how things go. Just another Wednesday, canonically.
So everybody heads home, and you're gonna meet up again at school tomorrow to look for more clues.
All right.
When you get to school the next day, there's a lot of commotion. First of all, something weird has happened. In the nearby town of Millersville, which is like the community just to the north of yours, 2 more students went missing. But also, Gabriel was found outside of town. It sounds like he was injured. There's a lot of confusion right now. And
We solved the mystery!
We found
found him.
Gabriel.
Gabriel
Well, but-
is alive and well.
is that really
Chalk it
solving
up,
the
boys.
mystery?
Why is
'Cause
that
there's a
cabinet?
lot of unanswered questions. So Gabriel appears to be at the local hospital. Like you have like a small like country hospital, kind of thing. Not a ton of
The
beds.
small country doctor.
I was not going to say it.
They have one doctor, and he talks like that.
They have one doctor, and he's a gynecologist.
Down, but it sounds like he may have been badly injured. No one really knows yet, and there's been no statement from him.
If only they had someone with 6 first aid.
And
Love you, Franz.
like I said, 2 more students from the nearby town of Millersville, which has a smaller, crummier high school that you just always are hoping you don't get districted into, are missing.
Damn.
And I don't know. Is that where we should wrap up tonight?
Yeah, I think we should call it.
I
Yeah.
guess,
I
yeah.
feel like I'm not getting any further into this mystery.
We'll get into it once we can investigate the injured Gabe.
Yes.
We're gonna interrogate him.
Yes.
Interrogate.
And then we're gonna fight him.
We're gonna break.
We're not
his
going to
knees
fight an
again.
injured child.
We should.
I'm
We
gonna
shouldn't.
fight him. I have 8 fighting. That's all my skills.
All the skill.
This
All
is
right,
the only
thanks everybody
skills
for
I have.
tuning in. We'll see you
All right.
next week for more
Mm.
mystery.
Mystery.
Goodbye.